Back again. We're going to talk today about the most popular streaming services you can get. So if you're wondering, like, is this cool? Is this something everyone's got? Then I'm going to let you know. Let's start off easy. YouTube. Everyone, 2 billion people watch YouTube. Okay? So that's a no-brainer. That's just huge. Number one, got to be number one. No other thing about it. YouTube Premium, people that pay for no commercials and a better music experience and some other features, has about 80 million subscribers, which puts it a little after HBO Max, I believe. So Tableau, I've got that. Haystack's my news. I've got a DVR, Tableau. Okay, next streaming service, the king, 200 million subscribers, is Netflix. Everyone has Netflix. If you're going to keep one all year round, everyone's going to keep Netflix. So basically, if you're on a budget and you have to bounce back and forth, if you're getting 2 or 3 services, you're probably keeping Netflix most of the year as one of those services to keep everybody happy. And you'll bounce around. If you have Prime shipping, you're getting this free. If you pay for Prime shipping, you're getting the video service, you're getting some music in the music service free. So you don't have to subscribe to Spotify, or Amazon, or Apple Music. If you want to save some money.
I don't have an answer for that.
I know you don't Amazon. Amazon, stop. I got a tablet that responds to the word Amazon. Everything around here is suspect. All right. Spotify's next. Everyone uses Spotify music if they have a music app, but Apple's catching up. It makes the best playlist, people say. And my daughter looks at me funny and goes, "Why do you have Apple Music, Dad?" As I grew up with Apple Music. I bought songs in the day on iTunes. That was my source of music, renting TV, buying movies or something. Apple. So I got on that bandwagon and I just stuck with that. But I understand Spotify is still king until Apple buries them for some reason. Okay, we got our Spotify. We've got next most popular streaming service is Disney. Disney is a titan. It's huge. You can find anything from your childhood on Disney. You can say, "There's that movie I saw when I was young." Yeah, everything's there. Disney owns Marvel. They own Star Wars, Lucasfilm, which is Indiana Jones. Just everything. They now have the Willow series, if any of you remember the movie Willow. Excellent. So check that out. Amazon's doing Lord of the Rings. They have a Lord of the Rings series. And I activated the word. You heard it beep? Okay. So if you're going to keep something, the giants are Netflix. Amazon, hopefully you've got that.
I don't know that.
But I would not keep it year round if you don't have the budget for it, if you just don't care about it. If you look at it, you've seen a couple good shows, you watch The Boys, and you're good with that. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, you've watched that. And Jack Ryan, you did different things like that, and you've watched them. The Expanse, a science fiction show, is very good. If you're through with that, and you want to cancel, that's fine. And they offer a lot of rental options and movie buying options, and it'll show movies and you'll go, "Ooh, I can watch Top Gun." And then you realize you have to get Paramount Plus, but they'll also help you subscribe through it on their service so they can get the money. As a little Roku, they have ads they get paid for, and if you subscribe through your Roku or your streaming box, whether it's a Fire TV or an Apple TV, if you subscribe through that device, they get a cut. In some places, actually charge less if you go on the website to the actual, Disney Plus requires you to go to their website. They don't want you getting a cut to Roku. It's not even an option, or Apple or something like that. You go to you go to Disney's website and you subscribe that way, and that's it, because they get the money. They know better. So HBO Max is next. Still a titan. Still huge, wins a lot of awards. Apple TV's winning a lot of the awards now. Ted Lasso won a couple years ago for Best Show. So you got to see Ted Lasso. If you're going to rotate some of the Titans back and forth, these 4 are the ones to rotate and try out if you can only afford one. Just bouncing around these guys, you should have more than enough shows. If you're going to do like first of the month, subscribe on the first, reminder on the second, and cancel on the 28th, in case it's February 28th. Just cancel. And so you didn't auto-renew on you real quick. You don't want to forget. It's easy. HBO's got huge kind of shows, and they have the DC Comics stuff. If you're into Marvel on Disney, then DC is over here. The next big music service is Amazon, and Pluto TV. Pluto TV is a free service you should have. Everyone should have. You want that cable-like feel with channels and channels and channels? Look at some of these little channels. Let's see. Now we got to wait for it to load because it's a Roku. It's a Roku Ultra. It's quick.
I could ever do. You know, even when we finally did.
What have we got? Yeah. Please tell me. Go on. What are we watching? It's not the Carol Burnett Show. Movies, featured, Season's Greetings, Entertainment, Paramount Plus picks, Sabrina, Showtime, Your Honor, MacGyver, News, tons of stuff here. There's tons, and it's free. It's free. Now you're not going to get the latest from Paramount Plus here. Paramount picks, so it's kind of CBS stuff, you know. They own CBS. But it's a great service. If you miss your cable, if you've canceled cable, or you want to save money and cancel cable, just look at your bill over the last couple months. Hang on to it or look it up online. You'll see little fees added in. Something went up, it's always something. All the weird fees, you're like, you pay for Netflix, like the middle of the road tier. You don't need 4K, even if you have 4K TV. You know, if you want it, but you pay a lot more. But most people pay for the regular HD quality. It's great. You pay for that. And if you cancel, you cancel. And at the end of the month, you know, like you paid on the first, and you got your 30 days in, or whatever they give you, and cancel. They'll drop you at the end of the 30 days. And you can start something new. These cable companies and the satellite companies want you to stay around. AT&T Fiber, they will just stay around for a couple of years. So they make you sign contracts and rent equipment and all this. I bought my little Roku and that's all I need. Or an Apple TV. Or a Fire Stick, whatever you got. I mean, or you got your built-in smart TV here and you only need 1 or 2 channels. That's great. That is great. You can get Pluto TV on most of those devices too. Okay, Hulu is slowly merging with Disney. They're owned by Disney. If you wanted to know, they offer a 3-way package: Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. Yes, Disney owns all that. And you can get all 3, pay monthly, and be done with that. Hulu overseas is called Star. So if you ever watch a YouTube video about Disney and someone's talking about Star, that's overseas Disney. And Star is already merged with Disney in most countries. So it's slowly, you're getting more R-rated and PG-13 rated content to Disney. So that's the Hulu stuff. And it's slowly getting all over there anyway. So they're not adding a lot to it. Only Murderers in the Building was excellent. I mean, if you're going to subscribe for a couple months, all the ABC stuff's here. So if you want to watch an ABC show, either you pay for commercials or you pay for no commercials. But ABC stuff's here if you want to watch the seasons of stuff for a couple months. Now, your CBS stuff is here on Paramount. They have the movies, they have Star Trek, all the Star Trek stuff is here. Apple TV has wonderful programming. They spend a lot of money on their stuff and give you good, high quality programming. Ted Lasso is very funny, great entertainment. For All Mankind, excellent TV show. Tom Hanks movie Greyhound is on here. The last 2 Tom Hanks movies are here. Apple just writes checks. They get what they want. Peacock is your NBC content, which is Universal Studios movies. You get the Minions are on there. But NBC with ads, without ads, and there's a free tier. You can just get Peacock free and watch stuff. It may not be everything, but you can watch stuff. Next most popular is Discovery Plus, which is merging with HBO Max. And they've already got the gains, and their Magnolia network has already moved to HBO Max. So if you like them, just get HBO Max and watch that, okay? But all that Discovery, Animal Planet, Shark Week, it's slowly merging to HBO Max. But if you want to see it now, there it is. That's the next most popular. After that, Showtime, which is merging with Paramount Plus. So I can see how you'd shy away from these guys now. Sports guys want ESPN Plus. Well, they want to pay for a live streaming service like Fubo TV or HBO, I mean not HBO, YouTube TV, which has cable-like channels. It's the biggest of the live services, but it gets more expensive every year, because sports and news are expensive. And to get it, and they provide local channels in a lot of cases. So YouTube TV, Hulu with live TV also is an option, is the second biggest. And you get free Hulu. So, but you get tons of channels that you're used to seeing, and all the sports guys want to watch their sports on those services. But you can cancel them. You can get a monthly and cancel when the sports are over. And then you can go back to little Pluto and watch that free. And anyone in the house can give everybody Netflix for the rest of the time, you know. But Showtime, you can give it a quick peek if you want, but a lot of it's moving to Paramount. Curiosity Stream is documentaries, kind of like your PBS. And PBS charges nowadays too. You can have a PBS app to watch all that PBS stuff, but they give you a little bit free. The PBS Kids app also is available, but they give you a little bit free, but they want you to pay. And you're actually donating to your local PBS station to do it, so the price varies a little bit. Or get an antenna and record it on your Tableau. Hey, we recorded Around the World in 80 Days on PBS. It took us a while to find it again because I knew it had already missed it. Well, one of the stations in South Carolina broadcast it over, and we were able to catch it on the Tableau and recorded it. And that was cool. David Tennant is the star, it's Phineas Fogg, and they set up a sequel for it. And you're like, how would they do a sequel to Around the World in 80 Days? And you'll see if you watch it. It's a neat idea for a sequel. So it'll be different. Okay. Starz. Starz has the Power programs that, if some of you are familiar with, they have all that. They have Outlander. My wife loves Outlander, but on, I think it's Netflix, it's like 2 seasons behind. So she gets, so I'd gotten Starz briefly. It had some good Sony movies that were new. The new Spider-Man movie was there. We watched that. The new Ghostbusters movie was there. We watched that. So we were able to, they had a deal with Sony briefly, was available on Starz. So we got a month of Starz, and she burned through Outlander, just watched them all. And Black Sail, I love that pirate show. And it was on Hulu, so I watched it on Hulu before. Epix now is the next most popular of these little guys that you can kind of rotate, you know, once a year, if maybe, and try them and go. If you didn't like it, you know, add it as a bonus service for the family. Don't say this is the main service we're doing this month. No, there's not enough good stuff there really for the whole family. They're gonna protest. It's like when I got Paramount for a Star Trek show. We had rotated it in, and my daughter was like, ugh. And we had some other service that wasn't Netflix, like maybe HBO Max, and she was just like, she wanted Netflix to be the. So if you got a crappy little service that you're trying out, keep Netflix. Okay, keep the Netflix that month, and maybe go with one of the other big guns when you're doing one of these small guys. Starz, Epix, AMC Plus has a lot of Walking Dead, but I've heard a lot of it's not all there. If you were trying to stream it from the beginning. But they have some good shows. But AMC is, of these three, is actually in the bottom. And Epix will turn into MGM Plus because Amazon owns them. Amazon bought MGM, which means James Bond. That's cool. So everyone's waiting to see if they can pull something out of their hat for James Bond. And but I think it's the Broccoli family runs James Bond for media, and they would have to get permission. I mean, they could do a Felix Leiter, is it his friend from the FBI? They could do a show about him. There was talk about bringing Halle Berry's character of Jinx, I think that was her name, in one of the movies with Pierce Brosnan. To give it her own thing, own movie, or maybe a series. So you never know. The CW, all right, everybody else is like 5 million or less, or 10 million or less subscribers, so they're really not as popular. So these aren't the hit right here. CW has a lot of good shows, and it's free, but sometimes it's only the last 5 unless the season's done. Sometimes then they'll give you that season you can watch free, but it has commercials. Tubi free with commercials, kind of like Pluto. Roku TV, kind of like Pluto, but it has all the Quibi shows and a few more originals that Roku's producing. Not super high quality stuff, but if you wanted to catch it free, you can catch it on your Roku device. You're not going to find it on your Apple TV device, okay? Crunchyroll, Anime, Funimation, they're not as popular, but if you're into that, they're your main goal. Crackle's free, like Tubi. There's YouTube TV and Sling. Those guys are big guns if you like sports and you like cable experience, but you're going to be paying like you had cable again. But they're not going to have the hidden fees. But they do offer, like Sling's big on this. Oh, you want another sports package added on to what we've got to give you? Oh yeah, we got that too. So suddenly the price goes up. So a lot of these services have the add-ons to get you a few extra channels that you really want, especially during a certain sports event and time of the year. And Shudder, scary shows and stuff, they go on that, but they're also on AMC. And a few other things are on AMC. What was on AMC? You would think they'd be more popular, but when it comes to a lot of these services, it's what country you're in, what's popular in this country. We're already overrun with so many of us. They got Dark Winds, Gangs of New York, Interview with a Vampire, new show. No, Murder at Yellow City, no, Tales of the Walking Dead and Walking Dead, Mad Men, but that's older. Shudder, Sundance, IFC, BBC America. That's what I was thinking of. Walking Dead, AMC. Okay. So that kind of wraps it up. You hit the home button on your Roku, it jumps right to the top. So everyone should have YouTube TV on the top of their list because everyone watches YouTube TV. But basically for streaming, your most popular, cool apps that everyone's got are Netflix, Amazon, Spotify. You only need 1 minute.
This action is not supported on
We know Amazon, we know. Prime Video, try not to say the word. Spotify, Disney Plus, Apple Music, HBO Max, Music, Pluto. It's popular and it's free. Hulu, Paramount, Apple, definitely try Apple. If you love Star Trek, Paramount's got it all. I mean, you can just get it and binge it, plus all your CBS content, plus your Paramount movies, and Top Gun Maverick's there right now. It was good. I mean, they said Tom Cruise was waiting forever for the right script. Everyone's like, redo Top Gun, And he's like, yeah, if I get the right script. And this was the right script. This was good. I enjoyed it. Peacock, get the free version, see what you think. They probably have a couple things pop up. Oh, WWE wrestling, if you're a wrestling nut, it's on there. But you got to pay for the commercial or a non-commercial version to get it. It's not just going to be free, unless they have a few free areas you can watch. But Showtime really, it's merging with Paramount's. A lot of stuff already on there. I wouldn't really worry about it. Discovery's slowly merging. If you're big on any of these shows though, and you got to see them now, yeah, great. If you're hooked on all this Discovery Channel stuff, get it now. Get some. Yeah, add it to your list of stuff that certain people in the house may have their own little wish list. If you're going to get 3 or 4 services, and you got 3 people in the house, everyone picks one, and then you rotate in and out the 4th one or the 5th one or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And if a good show comes on, it's like HBO back in the day when the biggest show on television history, Game of Thrones, HBO. When it wrapped up its final season, my wife was on her phone canceling HBO. And I'm sure millions of other people did too. It was kind of a shock. And they didn't have the next HBO show ready to air right after that, which was huge. But now they say HBO's got a real big hit with House of the Dragon. And there's talk of a Jon Snow television show. Good idea. And anything else they can come up with. I mean, CSI, NCSI, all those things have tons, Law and Order, different versions of those shows or franchises. And when you've got a hit franchise like Game of Thrones, you want to just go everywhere with it. Just everywhere. And just keep throwing it up there. The Marvel and DC on Disney. Oh my gosh, Star Trek's all over the place on this. Disney's Marvel and Star Wars shows are just popping up everywhere. HBO Max sitting there with their Lord, dragons and HBO Max. That's all you got. You get the little dragons, Game of Thrones, and they're thinking about the other shows. You shouldn't even be thinking. You should really go for it. But they got tons of other good stuff. So they're definitely worth a look. You guys should definitely get this all the time. Everyone should have a favorite music app, or you can cheat and use your Prime Video. My wife's always listening to a radio station on her Amazon. Shh! Don't do it. Wait.
I don't know that.
You don't know that? Okay. And I'm like, they have commercials. We have a music streaming service that's commercial free. She's like, I know, I just like this. So, whatever you like, that's what you should get. Even if it's way down here, Hallmark Movie Now. My wife has that. Occasionally she'll watch it. That's her thing. Fubu TV, there's Fubu, the live sports, a lot of live sports. Something to look into to see, but it changes all the time. They lose a deal or lose channels. Some of these live services have lost channels before. They have to make deals to get. The reason you don't get to pick a channel to subscribe to a couple dollars a month just for that one special channel you used to watch on cable, it doesn't happen. The reason is a lot of these companies own 20 channels, 10 channels, 5 channels. And then when they go to these big live services like Hulu, Live TV Plus, YouTube TV, even things like Pluto deals with those companies. They're deals, and you get all these channels, but you got to pay for all those channels. And that's how they sell it. They don't sell it as one channel. You get the whole thing. So if Discovery were to tell somebody on these live stations to go jump, they could lose, I think they got like 20 channels. You could lose 20 channels in one big, gone. So you enjoy what you want to enjoy and enjoy it while you can. Make a note of, you hear new shows coming up, someone says, oh, there's great shows on HBO Max. Well, write it down, put it on a little note. And the next time you guys rotate into HBO Max, you watch that show. You add it to the list of things you're going to watch. So everyone enjoy what you want to enjoy, because it's streaming time, and have a great day.